Hello everyone. It is a rainy Wednesday out here in Depew, New York. I came out for a couple interesting trains today. The Pierre Marquette Heritage Unit being the main one on CSX I-162, but also there is a NS17E with an ACC leader and a Charger move for Amtrak. So we're out here for all that today, and we got our first train right there. Looks like an auto rack train, but not quite sure on the symbol. Alright, so apparently that's CSX X274, a loaded extra auto rack train that runs from Nashville, Tennessee to Buffalo, New York, but apparently he's going to continue east of Buffalo today. I'd guess he's going to Worcester. So that was our first train of the day, X274, and hopefully many more to come. Alright guys, there's our next train. That is CSX M367, a manifest from Selkirk, New York to Chicago, Illinois. Rain is still coming down here pretty good, but after him, Amtrak 48 should be through shortly, so we'll have two trains pretty quick here. Alright, we relocated over the NS Southern Tier line. We're still in Depew. You can see way down there, that's NS17E. Has a solo ACC leader. The 17E is a auto rack train, which sometimes has trash on the head end too. He is a train from Binghamton, New York to Detroit, Michigan. Alright, there's our next train, and our initial target train of the day, CSX I-162. They'll have the Pierre Marquette 1899 Heritage Unit leading. The I-162 is a stack train out of North Baltimore, Ohio, heading for Port Newark, New Jersey, where all its containers are loaded onto ships and sent overseas. All right, it's finally starting to get a little busier around here. Way down there, I'll zoom in because he's still way out, but you see that light on the right-hand side there? That's CSX I-104. Stack train from Bedford Park, Illinois to South Kearney, New Jersey. They're right on the heels of that 162. Two giant stack trains, one right after the other, heading out of Buffalo, so he will be our next train. All right, I did that time lapse on the 104 so you can see how big it was today. And I started it halfway through the train, so it was just a monster today. And down there you can see our next train. That's going to be CSX M560. Big manifest out of Cincinnati, Ohio at the Queensgate Yard, heading to Selkirk, New York. I heard on the scanner they might have some high and wides on the head end, so we're going to have to see if they have those. All right, guys, this next train's gonna be pretty cool. That is Amtrak P942 Charger test run. They have the Amtrak Chargers down south, and I think they're trying to bring them up north too. So this is gonna be my first one ever. They're gonna run past us out to Batavia, New York, and then back. So we're gonna get them twice. So here they come. All right, here comes CSX M561. We saw the 560 earlier. This is his westbound counterpart. Selkirk, New York to Cincinnati, Ohio. Looks like a nice Mack leader. All right, you can't see it because there's a truck here picking up the work zone signs, but there's another headlight right behind that 561. Should be CSX IO17, priority intermodal train from Worcester, Massachusetts to Bedford Park, Illinois. I don't know what's going on over there. Must be like a fire station or something, but there's CSX IO20. It's getting really busy here. He is the counterpart to that last IO17 we saw. He runs from Bedford Park, Illinois to Worcester, Massachusetts. All right, way down there, that's Amtrak 64, the Maple Leaf, from Toronto, Ontario to Penn Station in New York City. All right, yet another eastbound. That is CSX M634, a empty trash train out of Columbus, Ohio, heading to get more trash in Selkirk, New York. I cannot believe how busy it is right now. There's CSX I-009, another intermodal train out of North Bergen, New Jersey, heading for Bedford Park, Illinois. All right, guys, finally stopped raining for now, and here come the Chargers back the other way. Damn, they're moving. All right, it got quiet for a little while, but that is our next train there. That's CSX M364, a manifest train out of Avon, Indiana, heading for Selkirk, New York. And they have F40 second on their consist. It's a weird looking engine. I've never seen anything like it, but that'll be definitely cool to see. All right, here comes Amtrak 63, there go the gates. The westbound counterpart to 64 that we saw earlier from New York City Penn Station to Toronto, Ontario. All right, you see that B789 sitting down there. He is tying his train down for a long time, so he almost made it to us, but just not quite. All right, guys, we relocated one final time to the Bison Runner. This is the track that leads up to NS Bison Yard in Buffalo. We're here for two trains, the more important one being NS28B with the 8103 Norfolk and Western Heritage Unit leading. I still need to see that one, so I'm very excited to see that. And popping out of the yard very shortly will be NS15M, manifest from Buffalo, New York, here at the Bison Yard to Conway, Pennsylvania. Alright guys, here's a nice surprise. This is NSC31, the Bison Yard switcher. He is absolutely gigantic today. Look at this cut of cars he has. You can't see the end of it. Biggest yard switcher I've ever seen in my entire life. Alright, yet another train we didn't expect to catch when we came here. There's an intermodal train. It's not the intermodal train we want, but there is NS264, stack train out of Chicago, Illinois, which heads to Voorheesville, New York on NS, then transitions over to CSX in Voorheesville to continue to its final destination of Ayer, Massachusetts. Alright guys, been trackside for almost 10 hours now, and finally the main prize of the day that I didn't even know was coming when I came out this morning. There is NS 28B with the 8103 Norfolk and Western Heritage Unit leading, one I haven't seen yet. So it's nice to cross another off the list, and I will be heading home after this one. It's been a long day. Alright guys, so there you have it. NS 28B with 8103. Thank you for spending the day with me out here on this rainy Wednesday, and I will catch you on the next one.